Well, my question is, and I'd like someone to answer this, is, I mean, we're talking about nationalization of banks and how important it is for the public, but why is not Obama talking more about it? I mean, we sit here talking about it, but why is he not talking about it? Why is he not breaking it down? I mean, it's a pretty big deal. And this is not my field of study, so I'm not a professional, but if somebody can explain it to me, I'd like to know an answer.
Could you couch that in a more direct question, then?
I think Tony's question was fine.
Go ahead, Peter.
I'm not sure. I believe that the reason he won't discuss it is because he fears that discussing it in public will lead many people to conclude that it is more inevitable than they would like to think it is. They are committed, at least publicly, to preserving privately held banks that may have a lot of government money behind them, but are not owned. There's no majority ownership, and so I think they feel that there is a slippery slope. If I start talking about it, bank stocks are going to go down in price tomorrow because people will think it's an inevitable outcome, and that will undermine confidence. Now, I might argue that the opposite is potentially true, but that's a judgment at this point, I think.
Thank you, sir.
Do you think when they've done their 10 days of stress testing, the banks, because that's what they've started, right? They're doing their models on stress testing. They're going to find out it's so bad.
They're not going to tell us.
But you
Larry Summers is the model of constraints that they have, because they've got to get a handle of some kind on it. I think you're right, they're not going to tell us the true results. I'm absolutely certain the Treasury Secretary is not going to say too much for a while, because it was so terrible when he did come out and talk.
Just as well.
And they want to avoid having a Paulson situation. I think Ben could come out, and Larry Summers seems to be in hiding.
He is.
Well, he would like Ben's job. And so that's a problem. I think we're a long way from getting a solution to the banking problem.
okay.